Show today. It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen?
Keeler's always in the know.
It makes me want to call him
And tell him where to go.
And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started.
It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. It's a Friday. I don't know about anybody else, but I wake up and some people will wake up and be like, oh, it's so wonderful, it's Friday. I wake up and I'm like, darn it all, it's not Saturday? Yeah. Anyway, here we are, and our guest host in studio here this morning. It's our first free-for-all where we just pick somebody from the air to come in. Someone who's been pretty close to us and partnered with us on a lot of different projects, usually doing good for the community. Steve Spurbeck, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. Great to have you. And Steve, why don't you give everybody a little background on you and what you do? Because you're doing a lot of traveling these days.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'm from the area originally, but moved to Savannah, Georgia about 2.5 years ago. I'm the general manager for trucking company ERL Intermodal, and we have offices in Utica. We have about 60 trucks, and we haul containers out of the ports of New York, New Jersey, and then we opened up a small operation in Georgia, but that has since been scaled back where I'm just concentrating on Utica now.
Okay.
And traveling from Georgia to this beautiful, nice, crisp Adirondack wildfire smoke filled air.
It is. I know there's some Trump loyalists yesterday that sent a message to Canada saying, all right, this is inexcusable. You've got to stop. I'm not sure it's that easy, but they do need to kind of figure out this year after year, somehow figure out a way to stop these wildfires from happening. But you know what? We have the same problem in California and out in the West where year after year we get hit over and over again. But I think today is going to be the first day where yesterday was good. Today is going to be the first day where we're going to start to see full blue skies. And certainly tomorrow it looks like the weekend looks great.
You know, I've always said Central New York can't catch a break. Even when you have a nice summer,
it is, yeah.
Then Canada messes it up for us.
It's even when you're looking at blue skies and it's supposed to be sunny and 85, it ends up being overcast because of the smoke. Today is National Pickleball Day. Are you doing any of that down in Georgia?
No, unfortunately. I'm not in the best of shape when.
Yeah, I get that. Trust me, I
pickleball
understand.
is big down there, but it's so hot right now down there. It's like I'm pretty much staying inside in the air conditioning.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Down there, it's almost like in Georgia and in Florida, and even in South Carolina, it's kind of like how we treat the winter. And when it's really cold in the winter, you stay inside, and that's how they kind of treat the summertime. Because it's so hot and so humid. We have a bunch to get to. Really interesting yesterday in court proceedings in Oneida County in the situation with, I call it a situation because it's really quite unique with Caitlin Conley. This could be the third time she is tried for what? We don't know, whether it's murder, manslaughter, or who knows what charge would come back from the grand jury if there is a charge. But yesterday in court, the district attorney is claiming that, and this is very interesting because at a Christmas party, Kevin Revere, who is the county executive's chief of staff, and the former district attorney, Scott McNamara, both say they overheard Judge Clark say, I think Caitlin Conley is innocent. So for that reason, the DA is saying that there's no way she can be unbiased, and that she is going to that she needs to remove herself from the case. That got pretty heated in proceedings yesterday, if you saw any of it. And she says that she'll make a decision. I don't know that she will step down. Can a judge have an opinion and still handle a case and be unbiased? I can't imagine any human being. This is where this argument, I think, is going to be very interesting. I can't imagine any human being that doesn't have an opinion on a case like this. And yet we think about the jury. You're not going to find a juror who's not going to have some sort of an opinion, but can they be open-minded to the point where they can be fair? And I think that's the argument that Judge Clark is making, and it's going to be very, very interesting. It is kind of, I mean, if you mention this case to somebody in Georgia, they don't know what you're talking about. But if you catch it at the right time where it's on Dateline, and you know that case that was on last night, I know all about that case. It's from my hometown, right? It's kind of what happens, right?
Yeah, and Hulu, but this case is unbelievable. How many more twists and turns can this thing take?
I know.
It's got the making of a good Hollywood movie.
It really does. It really does. And we speak with Jeremy Rosenthal, who's an attorney in Texas. Stand by. I'll be right with you, Tanya. We're minus a phone screener here this morning. Okay. And speaking with Jeremy Rosenthal on this case, he said it's, as an attorney looking at this and then watching the documentary that's on Hulu and then watching, there was another one out there. And then, what was it? Little Miss Innocent was the title of one of them. And now to find out that it could be going for not a second, but a third attempt at convicting her. She may have to face a third trial. And how this isn't double jeopardy, I don't understand it. I don't have that legal mind, but holy moly, it is. And now you've got this twist where they say the judge is biased in her favor, is just really crazy. Americans get more than half their calories from, and this is an RFK Jr. situation, from ultra-processed foods, according to the CDC. Tanya J. Powers on the line right now to give us the lowdown. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. So, yes, the CDC has new numbers about the amount of calories we're getting from ultra-processed foods, and the numbers may surprise you. They may not.
Yeah.
You may look at your own situation and go, yep, that tracks. That absolutely, yep, that's it. The report says that more than 55% of the total calories consumed by Americans 1 year old and up come from ultra-processed foods. Now, these are foods like burgers and sandwiches and pizza and, baked goods like cinnamon rolls or, stuff like that, sweetened drinks. Some of those ultra-processed foods would fall into these categories.
It is really hard to not eat some, and to believe that America in Europe, they don't eat processed foods. That's just not the case. I mean, flour is processed, right? They make their bread in Europe with flour. So I do get it that I think that they, other parts of the world eat a lot more produce, a lot more things that are in season. They go to the market every day, maybe, as opposed to once a week. But it's kind of very difficult to not eat processed foods.
It is. I mean, and when you look at the breakdown of, there's age, and then there's also kind of a breakdown of, income. And first, I want to get to the age part. Adults, just adults. The CDC says these ultra-processed foods make up about 53% of the total calories consumed. But when you're looking at kids, so between 1 and 18 years old, that was nearly 62%
Wow.
of calories that they are consuming are coming from these ultra-processed foods. And when you break it down along income lines, low-income adults consumed more ultra-processed foods than those with higher income. And by the way, this data that they used to compile this report comes from between August of 2021 and August of 2023.
Okay.
Because, every time I cite a report or a study, I always say the first thing you need to ask is where did the numbers come from? And that's the data they're using.
I'm still confused over what is and is not processed. Like, because you might have in your cupboard a food processor. So is it when you put the tomatoes into the food processor and you grind it all up? Does that make the food processed? I guess it kind of does, right?
I'm guessing that they're talking about things like, that have, I guess, tend to be more shelf stable,
Right.
maybe
Okay.
in some cases, because they've got more additives and preservatives and things like that. I'm guessing from what the list looks like, that's sort of where we're going with this.
Well, and I got to say that I think that would be a better argument, a better thing to go after, because I don't know about you, but there would be things that maybe I have one favorite bread out there, and I'm just going to say if you put it on the counter within 2 days, it would get moldy. Well, now I can put it on the counter, and that very same bread goes 2 weeks maybe without any mold. That's telling you it's filled with it's filled with preservatives.
Wow, that is quite a difference.
Yeah, like a Twinkie. It's the Twinkie effect. You can eat a Twinkie 2 years later. It tastes so good. All right.
Who is leaving a Twinkie for two?
That's a good point.
I'm sorry. If a Twinkie is in my kitchen, it's not lasting 3 hours. I don't know how people are leaving it that long.
That's a very, very good point. A great way to end the whole thing. Good stuff, Tanya. Please enjoy the weekend, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. Quick update on the news. Coming up, we'll also speak with Willie Waffle on movies this weekend and streaming and all of that. We'll talk to him, too, see if he's seen the Billy Joel documentary. And so it goes. We're about halfway through it. I like it. And I'm also going to talk about Davey's got a big weekend planned. It's NASCAR action. And also the Bills play preseason with the Giants tomorrow. We'll get to all of it coming up at WIBX.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible third trial of Caitlin Conley in the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the record sealed in Conley's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Conley was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home, a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, second degree, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was posted to social media asking everyone to avoid swimming at Sylvan Beach through Sunday. The blooms are seasonal. However, village leaders say this is the worst bloom they've seen in more than a decade. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
We will be dominated more by high pressure and dry weather than anything else, and the 90-degree weather will be returning. A few clouds otherwise clear this morning. May still be a little haze or smoke in the air today. It's getting better, though, 85, and a great weekend coming up. The pool, area lakes in the North Country, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
This is an urgent message for investors over the age of 50. Silver is on the verge of making history. This is an opportunity you can't miss. We're Advantage Gold, the #1 rated precious metals company in America, and we've helped thousands of investors move their IRA, 401k, or retirement account into physical gold and silver safely and securely. Call 800-900-8000 now and get our free 2025 Silver Investor Report and learn why now could be the best time to own physical silver. In this eye-opening guide, we reveal why silver is surging and could make new all-time highs, how to protect your retirement from inflation and market chaos, and the little-known IRS loophole that lets you own gold, silver, and even platinum, 100% tax and penalty-free. Plus, you'll learn how to get up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. But don't wait for this opportunity to pass you by. Call us now and learn how to own physical silver today the smart way. Call 800-900-8000 now. That's 800-900-8000. Or visit us at AdvantageGold.com. Past performance may vary. Consult your financial or tax advisor. Call us at 800-900-8000.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley Mattress Express's summer sale is on, and this is a big one, folks. Pay attention. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Save, save, save. Flex head beds included. These are beautiful therapeutic select mattresses starting at just $4.99, folks. Why pay more? No credit check payment plans. We do them every day. 5 years, no money down to pay for qualified buyers. That includes massage chairs, folks. Full line of massage chairs. In New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus. In Oneida, in the Glenwood Plaza where the movie theaters are, folks, go to mattressexpressny.com. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. No appointment necessary. King for the price of a queen. Queen for the price of a full. Full for the price of a twin. Only at Mattress Express.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Portions of the program brought to you by Randall's Pharmacy in New Hartford. They're offering a service to local businesses, to schools, to municipalities. If you have a business, whether it's large or small, you could have a flu shot day. Their pharmacists will come in and administer the flu shot. The idea is to not have flu run rampant through your business where everybody's got to take a day off. And it does happen. You see it happen in businesses and in schools. It's something you really kind of have to be careful of. Just call Randall's in New Hartford, and you can set it up. They will come to you. And it's a good time to get that plan before the season gets underway, the flu season. Davey, so your plans this weekend are in Watkins Glen. You got to turn that on. There you
Yes, sir.
Okay, talk about what's going on there. That's NASCAR this weekend, right?
Yes.
All right.
It all starts today. The ARCA.
So why is it? Why do they call it? And I know the answer to this, but I want you to explain it. Why do they call it "Let's Go Bowling" at Watkins Glen?
Because there's a major bowling.
It's like AMF, but it's not. It's Go Bowling.
Yes.
I think is the name of it.
Yeah,
and they're a big sponsor
down in the Finger Lakes.
Okay.
That's why it's called Go Bowling at the Glen.
Go Bowling at the Glen.
Yes.
So what's going to happen this weekend? I know that you've been really good when it comes to picking the winning racer.
Yes.
You've won several times this summer.
Yes, I have.
Okay. What do you think about this?
This is a road course, so I think Shane Van Gisbergen, who's won the other road races, is going to be a factor. Chris Buescher, who won last year, is going to be a factor. That's Greeley.
Oh, it is Greeley. All right, I'll grab him. Go ahead.
So, and then it's going to be it's going to come up if you're a road course racer. It's going to be a factor, like Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, William Byron. All the other ones are going to be a factor. That's running up in the top 25, top 15 races. It's going to be a factor.
But if you had to if you're making a bet, you got to pick one winner, don't you?
Yeah.
Who are you going to pick?
I'd probably go with my driver Ryan Blaney, who drives for Team Penske, the number 12 car.
All right.
But I'm knowing my luck. I'll probably be wrong.
Thousands and thousands of people will make their way out to Watkins Glen.
They've already started since yesterday.
Okay.
And there's 2 races today. There's an ARCA race at 2, and then there's the Craftsman Truck Series, who haven't ran there in 3 years.
Okay.
At 5 o'clock.
All right.
And then everything else starts tomorrow. Qualifying on the CW. NASCAR qualifying's on True TV at noon, and then the Busch races at 3. There'll be a lot of racing tomorrow and Sunday.
The big race will be on Sunday?
Yes.
And that'll be on Fox?
No, USA. NBC picks up the rest of the way this year.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
And, of course, the Bills play tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so I'm going to have to watch the race and keep an eye on the Bills.
The Buffalo Bills play the New York Giants tomorrow in preseason football, and those are always, it is what it is. Yeah, it's just, some are gonna play maybe a little while, and then it's just a good idea to get the coaching staff a chance to see what everybody's able to do. However, if you're the Giants, you have a rookie quarterback, so he's going to be playing.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
And Coach McDermott's already says Josh Allen's not going to be playing.
He's not going to play, so. Okay, and then so you have that. You have the Yankees and Mets are back in play this weekend. The Yankees are at home. The Mets are on the road in Milwaukee.
So
very important weekend for both of these teams.
So one other thing about Watkins Glen, I'm sorry to toot my own horn here, but there's a New York racing connection that's going to be running the number 44.
Okay.
I've made arrangements to meet the driver and talk to the owner this weekend.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because they're running the Syracuse colors. Floyd, the 44, J.J. Yaley. New York Racing is what they're.
All right,
is the
very
team.
Cool. I don't know if you realize, Steve Spurbeck, but Davey's a big racing fan and a big sports fan as well. So, and Steve, we mentioned what Steve does in the trucking world. I would ask you, the tariffs. How does that affect? How do you feel that's affecting? Because everything has really now gone into play.
Yeah. So, I believe this year has been a roller coaster. We started out very strong the first quarter, into about May, and then it just bottomed out. I believe people are just tired of the whole not knowing. Companies can't order what, because they don't know if it's going to be 50%, 100%, 10% tariff.
Yeah.
And then they put a 90-day pause. 2 weeks later, that changes because they're not negotiating. Now that it's finally,
it looks like they're going into effect.
Yeah,
they did this week.
Listen, we need global trade. It's not going anywhere. If you brought all manufacturing back, we have 3% unemployment now. Where are you going to find the people?
Right.
And it's going to be 10 years before these factories are even online. So, I'm all for manufacturing here, but global trade is still a necessity. It's not going anywhere. I believe now that it's finally, it's 15%, 40%. It's people know they can budget. I think it'll all smooth out. And
even if it is high, and listen, the consumer's gonna
we're all just paying for it.
We're going to pay for it. And but to know what it is and have some consistency is probably more important than worrying about what you're going to pay for.
And on the other side, the good thing is, he's using, he just wants a fair platform for our products.
Right.
So hopefully it's opening up markets all over the world for our manufacturers. To export their goods. Out of all the imports we bring in about 12,000 containers a year, just coming back to central New York. About 10-15% go back as export only. The rest go back empty containers that go back to Asia and get reloaded. So, if you can bring that up to 40%, it's just going to open up our economy to places. And, we haven't, China's not a good trading partner by any stretch of the imagination. So, I think it's good that someone finally had some guts to stand up and take a stance. And I think it's going to be better for all of us once it all shakes out. You just got to give it a chance.
But you got to live through what you're living through right now.
It's been challenging, that's for sure.
The other part of this is we're all guilty of it. I mean, if you own a company and you make a certain product, I can pretty much, you're going to look for the most inexpensive way to be able to get the materials you need, or have things, as opposed to being built with high labor costs in the United States, having them built maybe in places like Mexico or China or India or who knows where. So it's tempting as a company because you want to make money.
Yeah, it's not always about cheap. Honestly, there's stuff that our Americans don't want to do. There's jobs they don't want to do.
Yeah,
it's right now we have 15 positions for truck drivers open.
Think about that. Yeah.
And my drivers make between $75,000 and $130,000 a year. They're home pretty much every night. It's not easy driving truck. It's not easy going to the ports, but
but it's a good living.
It's a good living.
And you got 15 openings right now.
You got 15 openings.
That's unbelievable. All right, stand by. We'll talk more about this. And also sleep in heavenly peace. It's something that Steve brought to the area. And we'll have them on a little later on this morning to talk about it. On the line right now is the man, Willie Waffle. Good morning.
Well, hey, how you doing today?
Good. Has there been some breaking news? Anything this week? Oh, the South Park thing, right? The South Park thing was big.
The South Park thing was big. I mean, really, the two biggest kind of breaking stories this week. One happened last night. I'm actually fascinated by this, and I think you will be too. You'll remember Gina Carano was one of the stars of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, and she was fired a few years ago for statements that she made on Twitter that were conservative in nature, and Disney got very upset because they felt that she had gone too far, that she was comparing Republicans to Holocaust victims, and they thought it was distasteful. And she sued them. She sued them because she said, when I look around this set and I see Pedro Pascal and I see other members of this cast who put out atrocious statements from the liberal side, and you have never chastised them, you have never punished them, you have never done anything to them, I'm suing you.
And she won.
Last night Disney came to a settlement with her. They came to a settlement with her. They didn't reveal any of the details, but this to me. Listen, I don't agree with what she said.
Right.
I think she went a little far. I'm not going to lie, but I think she had a real good point. Of you seem to have different rules for different sides of this game, and I think it's just more of what we've seen in society and in culture, where we're kind of starting to walk back from kind of this far left wing side and starting to become more central, which I think is a good thing.
Well, listen, look at how bad it was, and I mean we've had different elements of this, right? There's the Trump element, but this was all going on before Trump too. When you think of Al Franken, now there's a liberal who got dismissed, canceled by the liberals. For what? I mean, that's how egregious it got, to the point where I think we've walked away from that a little bit. But you still have to be careful. I mean, you're probably smart if you don't post a bunch of political crap, right? I mean, if you have a job that it might cause some trouble, keep your mouth shut. You may be better off.
No, I agree. I mean, listen, I very rarely get into politics with you guys here because people want to hear me say silly things about movies.
Yeah,
that's my job here, okay? I know why I'm here. I know what you want. You don't want me to pontificate about tariff policies. I get it.
Yes.
Okay? And I think a lot of other people need to take that tact with their lives. I mean, listen, I think we're in a very weird position in America right now. There are, because it's such a polarized nation, okay? There is some benefit to just going all in on one side or the other.
Yes.
And just saying, listen, I'm going to be a fervent left wing, or I'm going to be a fervent right wing, and the other side will hate me, but I will generate so much popularity from my own side that I won't feel that financial
That's
hit.
exactly
Or
right. Yes.
Yeah. So, and listen, there are other people, they just feel very strongly. They have a platform. This is what they believe in, and they're like, damn the torpedoes. If people hate me because I stand up for this, it doesn't matter because I believe in it this much. I get that too. I get that.
I mean, that brings me back to the Colbert thing, and I stand by my stance on Colbert. This is an industry-wide problem where the late night market is oversaturated. Because I didn't realize like Colbert's ratings are really good.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not good where a typical late night show's ratings would have been 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, and the budgets have not adjusted to that.
They have not, and that's the problem. You have like 5, 6 shows. How about Gutfeld was on Colbert last night?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
He was on Jimmy Fallon.
Or on
last
Jimmy
night.
Fallon last night. Yeah. I got to watch that back. And again, this is a great example. Did you watch it live?
No, I saw it this morning when I woke up and I was going through the news.
You're going to watch it. You're going to watch it on your phone. And there is another area that has changed everything with late night. So, and the other part of this is if you're going to fire somebody over making political statements, you fire them. You hand them a box and you walk them to the door where the sheriff will meet them and take them off the property. You don't give them another 10 months to pontificate every night on TV. So it's a really weird story, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's more economics than anything else.
I think it is, and I'll even throw this out there, and I'm surprised nobody else is talking about this. There's a big difference between Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert is the late night show and does very well at it. I think he's very entertaining when he's entertaining. I'm not big into the politics. Jimmy Fallon is a production machine. Like, he has spun off other shows and other ideas from The Tonight Show, which have helped NBC make money. Whereas Colbert really sticks to the late night show. So I think that's another factor, is that, listen, if we get rid of Colbert, we're just getting rid of Colbert. If NBC gets rid of Fallon, they're getting rid of, 4 or 5 other shows that are generating money. And I think that's a big difference.
The rule is make yourself valuable. If make it hurt for them to get rid of you. And if you can do that, you'll have some staying power, I believe. All right. Have you seen the Billy Joel And So It Goes documentary? Do you care?
I have. I loved it. I thought now I will be honest. I loved part 1 more than part 2.
Okay, I haven't seen part 2 yet. We're through 1, and 1 I loved.
Yes. It is so insightful. It is so deep. I mean, I'm a big Billy Joel fan. There were things I didn't even know that they came out with, and I do give him credit. I think in part 1 he's just extremely honest, and he talks about, like, he knows what his shortcomings were in this world. He knows how he impacted his first marriage. He knows the struggles he went through to get his career going, and to see him being very honest about that is shocking and really fascinating. And to see that rise, and I don't think I ever really appreciated the role his wife as his manager played
I had no idea.
in helping make him such a success.
And how tough she was when she sat there in that boardroom and all the CBS executives, the Columbia executives were like, we don't think there's a hit. There's nothing. There's not a single to release. And she fought them, and she won. And ultimately, Billy Joel won because of that. I never knew her part played such a role. I mean, that really is interesting. So part 2 is not as good, but it's still good.
I think part 2 is solid, but I think in part 2 they skate over some more controversial things.
Right.
We'll have to talk about it after you see it. I'd be curious to see if you agree with me.
All right, and then Hulu, I'm told, I think I've read somewhere, is going away.
Well, yeah. So Hulu and Disney bought Hulu.
Yes.
Disney owns Hulu. And so what they're going to do is the Hulu app has existed, but they're going to merge it more into Disney Plus. Like right now, if you watch Disney Plus, you can find the Hulu section. I would assume if you're a Hulu subscriber like I am, but they're going to take away the standalone app. So you're going to be going directly to Disney Plus soon, like next year.
Well, I got to tell you, it's almost they're already trying to push you to that right now. So, okay, in theaters, Freakier Friday, worth seeing?
No, not worth seeing. I mean, although it's basically it's a sequel to the one that came out years ago. Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. They switched places. Well, now Lindsay Lohan's character is getting married. She has a daughter. The other guy has a daughter. The two don't get along, so all four of them end up switching places just as the wedding is about to happen. Will there be tragedy? Will there be disaster? No. I mean, but I will admit, Jamie Lee Curtis is hilarious playing a 15-year-old girl trapped in Jamie Lee Curtis's body. She steals the movie without a doubt. 1.5 waffle.
Okay. The Pickup on Amazon Prime, Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson.
Yeah, they're armored car drivers who are getting hijacked by some criminals, and we have to wonder, are they going to survive? Are they going to get out of this? And it's kind of an action comedy that needs a lot more comedy. I feel that they lean on Pete Davidson too much for the comedy when you've got Eddie Murphy sitting right there. Eddie Murphy, one of the greatest comedians who has ever walked the planet, gets a lot more of the serious stuff and the dramatic stuff. I think that's a mistake. But, it's an interesting movie. Right. It's got a decent plot. 2 waffles for The Pickup.
All right, and then finally, I've got 40 seconds. Okay. The Willy Wonka star revealing how much he gets in royalties is unbelievable.
Yep. So, he was interviewed and he said, listen, I get about $8 or $9 in royalties every 3 months.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Good thing he became a veterinarian, huh?
Good thing. And by the way, he is a veterinarian to the north of us here in upstate New York.
Not too far.
Yeah. Wow. No wonder why he's a veterinarian, because he's not making any money off that. That is crazy. All right. Good stuff as always, Willie. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk maybe the rest of the Billy Joel documentary next week.
You got it, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much. Willie. Bye. Waffle. By the way, when we do talk politics with Willie, he used to work in politics. I believe he worked for a congressman and lived out of Washington, D.C. for quite a long time before he started doing this a long time ago. All right, listen, we have a bunch to get to. Steve Spurbeck, ERL Intermodal, in studio as our guest host this morning. News is coming up.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Come home or be locked up? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is the threat for Democratic Texas lawmakers who left the state to block a vote on congressional redistricting that could give Republicans 5 more House seats in the 2026 elections. Attorney General Ken Paxton tells Fox they'll try today to
get them back to the state of Texas, hold them in contempt, and if they refuse to come, hopefully put them in jail.
There's also an effort to remove the lawmakers from office. Democratic State Rep Mihaela Plisa tells Fox she's not coming back today.
They put redistricting hearings before flood victims on the agenda.
Hamas is calling Israel's new plan to escalate the fight and take over Gaza City a war crime. But U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, just told Fox.
The response is they need to do exactly what the president says. They need to disarm, leave, and never think they have a future in Gaza again. It's absurd that they would even suggest that they're the good guys.
Israel's security cabinets approved the plan that would also include more food deliveries for Palestinians after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told Fox.
People say you can't both release the hostages and eliminate Hamas, and I disagree. I think so far we've shown that we can, and I intend to complete the job.
50 hostages still being held, 20 believed to be alive. Some of their families are protesting this plan, fearing more hostage deaths. President Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin may meet as soon as next week. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
There's a crucial deadline today. The president has threatened to slap more sanctions on Russia if it did not agree to a ceasefire with Ukraine. The president, though, appears to leave the ball in Putin's court.
Is your deadline still standing for Vladimir Putin to agree to a ceasefire tomorrow, or is that fluid now?
It's going to be up to him. We're going to see what he has to say.
2 Pennsylvania state troopers are recovering the morning after being shot and wounded, responding to a deadly shooting in Thompson led to a standoff with the gunman.
He continued to be a threat, and he was shot by members of the Special Emergency Response Team.
And State Police Colonel Christopher Parris says he's dead. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
A new wildfire is burning uncontrolled in California on the LA and Ventura County lines, prompting evacuation orders. It's torched 4,800 acres so far. It's been a week now since the shooting in a bar in Anaconda, Montana that left 4 people dead. And the accused gunman is still on the loose. So it's day 8 of the manhunt for Michael Brown, an Army veteran. Another quadruple murder suspect was captured earlier this week in Tennessee and could end up getting lethally injected.
The district attorney for Dyer and Lake counties in Tennessee, Danny Goodman, said he intends to prosecute Austin Drummond, seeking a sentence of death. Drummond appeared by video link for his Thursday hearing, during which a not guilty plea was entered by Judge Andrew Cook. Bond was also denied for Drummond, whom police say killed the parents, uncle, and grandmother of an infant left abandoned in the front yard of a home. Drummond was on the run for a week before tips and sightings led police to him. He faces 4 first-degree murder counts as well as kidnapping and weapons charges. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are higher. The day after the Dow dropped more than 200 points, but the NASDAQ rose to a new record high close. In the NFL, there were 3 more preseason games last night, and one stood out.
Anthony Richardson trots immediately to the sideline, holding his right arm gingerly by his side, and now Daniel Jones will come in far ahead of schedule.
It's only the preseason, but the injuries count. On WBAL and NFL Network, Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson suffered a dislocated pinky on the second drive of the Colts preseason against the Ravens.
Fox's Jared
Richardson
Max
was replaced by Daniel Jones.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Baltimore won the game, but the injury may let Jones win that job as Indianapolis' starting quarterback. In baseball, the Seattle Mariners won their 4th straight game, beating the Chicago White Sox 4-3 in 11 innings. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible 3rd trial of Caitlin Conley and the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the record sealed in Conley's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Conley was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home, a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, 2nd degree, and 2nd-degree criminal possession of a weapon. A Saratoga County woman is facing charges after authorities say she used an electric fly swatter, or a bug zapper, to injure another individual during a domestic altercation earlier in the week. It happened in Half Moon in Saratoga County on Monday, shortly before 9 p.m., according to police. 35-year-old Jennifer Garland of Half Moon was taken into custody at the scene. A woman is facing charges in connection with a 2-year-old's death in Oswego County. 23-year-old Kaylee Seaman is accused of driving with marijuana in her system back on July 9th when she lost control of the van, causing it to hit a tree and flip. A 19-year-old and 2-year-old taken to the hospital. The 2-year-old was pronounced dead. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was posted to social media asking everyone to avoid swimming at Sylvan Beach through Sunday. The blooms are seasonal. However, village leaders say this is the worst bloom they've seen in more than a decade. In sports, it's the Giants versus the Buffalo Bills tomorrow in preseason NFL. Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart is looking forward to his first game as a professional. Dart said Thursday that he's not scared of making mistakes in the Giants preseason opener against the Bills. It'll be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. from Orchard Park. And the Jets open the preseason tomorrow night as well. They'll be visiting Green Bay, the Packers at Lambeau Field. The Yankees begin a 6-game homestand tonight. They're coming off a victory. They're hosting the Houston Astros at Yankee Stadium. And the Mets in need of turning things around. New York is visiting the Brewers for the opener of a 3-game series tonight in Milwaukee. Right-hander Kodai Senga is scheduled to get the start for the Mets. They are looking to snap their 4-game losing streak. The Red Bulls continued League's Cup play yesterday by topping FC's Juarez 5-3 on penalties in Harrison. And the NASCAR Cup Series field will test their steering as the drivers make a stop at Kirby Watkins Glen International on Sunday. The Go Bowling at the Glen contest marks the third to last race in the regular season. William Byron is hoping to build on his Iowa Com 350 win last week as he sits first in the standings. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell round out the top 5. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
We will be dominated more by high pressure and dry weather than anything else, and the 90-degree weather will be returning. A few clouds otherwise clear this morning. May still be a little haze or smoke in the air today. It's getting better, though. 85, and a great weekend coming up. The pool, area lakes in the North Country, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, it is cloudy and 65 degrees. Lots to get to this hour. Davey, this morning, Hobica's free money question of the day for this Friday morning is going to be worth
$250.
$250, and we'll do that. Had a winner earlier in the week. We'll do that coming up at 7:35 from the Hobica Law Firm. People of all ages can experience any level of discomfort in the knees, the hips, and back that are all coming from, believe it or not, your feet. The Good Feet Store is open in New Hartford, and it's all about enhancing your quality of life. There's no obligation. It is a free fitting and test walk, and it'll show you right where you may be creating your own problem and the way you walk. An appointment is not needed. You can just walk in. It's a 3-step system. It includes strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. They can go into your shoes, or they'll go into the shoes that you get from the Good Feet Store, or sneakers. Maintain proper foot alignment by exercising and strengthening the muscles, tendons, and ligaments, in some cases by just sitting there or doing your regular routine, as long as the inserts are in. It's the Good Feet Store. Reach out today, located in New Hartford, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. And if you're in need of concrete or foundation repair, masonry work, it is Brank, B-R-A-N-C-K, Brank Construction. They'll get the job done right and right on time. Call 315-894-3481. You don't have to wait. They have their own concrete truck, their mixers, and they're now waiting for a supplier to come in and bring in that third party. Call Brank today for any concrete work or masonry work at 315-894-3481. Hold tight. We'll come right back. Steve Spurbeck is our free-for-all Friday guest host here this morning. And we're going to be talking about Sleep in Heavenly Peace, something that he really started in this area, and it is continuing I won't say without you, but kind of without you when you're away, right? There's a whole new management team involved, and we'll get to all of that coming up in a bit at WIBX.
In life, we're often faced with difficult decisions. When it comes to caring for our loved one, the choice can be overwhelming. But amidst the uncertainties, there's one decision that stands out as an act of profound love and gratitude: choosing hospice care. Hospice care isn't just about medical support. It's about honoring the journey of those who've given their all to their families. It's about providing comfort, dignity, and peace in their final days, surrounded by loved ones. Choosing hospice is a way to give back to someone who has selflessly given their life to others. At Hospice and Palliative Care, we understand the weight of this choice. Our compassionate team is here to guide you through every step of the journey, providing personalized care that respects the individuality and dignity of your loved one. When it's time to say goodbye, choose hospice care. Choose love. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties. Visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call 315-735-6484.
When you need us most.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Make this season all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. Visit Clinton Tractor on Meadow Street in Clinton to see the full line of Ferris mowers.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Jim Boeheim is going to be in our next Real Men Get Tested commercial.
Wow, you know he's a cancer survivor.
He's all in.
I'm not appearing in your commercial for Real Men Get Tested.
It sounds like you two are bonding.
Yeah, especially after I gave him coaching advice.
We're not bonding. You know nothing about basketball.
I think there's a job offer coming.
I'll bet you sit next to McNamara.
Don't be stupid. Real men get tested for cancer. I'm living proof that early detection can save your life.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
Hi, this is Ray Durso of the Genesis Group. If you're interested in keeping up with events and news in the Mohawk Valley region, I have the show for you. It's called This Week in the Mohawk Valley, and it airs every Sunday on WIBX. Join us as we talk with area business leaders, elected officials, law enforcement, educators, and more. Don't miss This Week in the Mohawk Valley every Sunday at 9 a.m. on WIBX 950 a.m., 92.3 FM.
This is Keeler in the Morning, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
I have to read a few of the comments that we have. I'm just saying, Deeds, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to read this, and I'll get into it some more. They are effing lying. No one heard an effing thing. If it was heard, then how did we get this far with her as the judge? Oh, we're talking about the McNamara and Kevin Revere thing. I do not believe Kevin Revere and Scott McNamara are lying. If they said they heard it, I would believe them. I do believe them. And Deeds says you better dig and not just curl up and side. I don't know what that means either. So, but I can only tell you, I know both of them, and I cannot imagine that either one of them is lying about this. I don't think.
There's somebody on YouTube asking, "Where's Davey been? Can you tell us, please?" I'm right here.
Yeah, you are right here. Yeah, are we playing somewhere? Do you have something on your phone?
That's mine.
That's yours.
In my computer. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm hearing myself. I hate that. This weekend, if you're looking for something to do, we mentioned there's a lot happening, a lot of things to do. One of those things is the Madison Bouckville Antique Week is going on. New York's largest antiques and collectibles show is happening. I believe it actually kicks off on Sunday, right? And goes through all next week. On the line right now is John Mancino. John, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Keeler. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're on. So really, it's next week more than this week. Am I correct?
It is.
Yeah.
Saturday is like early buyer day, setup day. Then the show runs Sunday through Saturday, 8 to 5. We have over 2,000 vendor spaces, lots of great antiques, plenty of places to park, plenty of places to eat, and it's all free admission.
It is free admission now. That's new, right? Over the last couple of years.
Well, the last few years, yeah. There was one big field that used to charge admission, but when we took over, we just decided it'd be easier for everybody to get in for free and spend their money.
Yeah, because you know what would happen is there's so many things going on outside that a lot of people are like, why would I pay the fee to go in when I've spent all day outside? So I think that's a really good idea to do it to do it that way. But this is an enormous antiques festival.
It's the largest in New York State outdoor event.
Wow.
Like I say, we get over 2,000 vendor spaces, probably more like 2,500 spaces rented between 12 independent show fields. And we all work together to make it one big show.
Yeah. You know what I like? When we travel out of town, and we went to a place in Denver that was this huge warehouse. It had to go on for forever, it seemed. And they had all these vendors in there. And when you're in a place out west somewhere, there are different types of antiques. If you travel, you're going to see different types of things. The nice part about Bouckville is people are coming from all over, and when they come from somewhere far away, you're getting different things than you normally see around here.
Absolutely, it's an eclectic array of different antiques from all over the country,
yeah.
And that's quite true about what you said about something different from California, from New York. So
yeah.
It's pretty cool to see that stuff right before your eyes, you know?
Yeah. So, all right. So I would tell you that if somebody were to go up on tomorrow, Saturday, you're going to find sales all over the place. But it's really setup day. It opens on Sunday and runs through next Saturday. Am I correct?
That is correct.
All right.
8 to 5 every day. Some people might be earlier, some people might be later, but pretty much the core of it's 8 to 5 every day.
All right. Good stuff, John. We appreciate it and wish you guys the best this week.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you. Let me tell you, they got some really good weather. It's going to be hot, but the weather looks like dry for the next 2 weeks, for God's sakes.
Hey, there's not much in this world that you can get for free, so get on out there.
Yeah, you get to go in for free. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, Deeds is all over this Caitlin Conley thing. Very, very opinionated on it. Deeds, very opinionated on this thing. Some guy in the 315, the case is all about publicity. The government can spend all the time and money they want and drag this out for decades. Are you noticing a trend of people on the YouTube channel that are a bit conspiracy theory-like? Do you think? Roger, he cheated. That's why he won. He has insider knowledge. I don't know what that is. Deeds, the New Jersey Giants. I completely agree. They're not the New York Giants. There's only one New York team, and they'll be playing in New York when they play tomorrow. Some guy in the 315. Tariffs only help American companies by letting them raise prices to match the products imported. You want to talk about that, Steve?
It's once prices go up, they don't come back down.
Right.
And it's a tax that we're all paying. So, but it is, you need to level the playing field. And if it opens up the exports, it's all part of negotiating, which Trump's a master negotiator. So,
here's the thing that I do have an issue with is some of the things that some of the countries that we're going after, I just don't seem to make sense to me.
Well, it does make sense the way he did it, because after COVID, a lot of factories fled China and went to Thailand and India and Vietnam. Or if there's a tariff on those countries, they'll import it through Canada.
Right.
So he put tariffs on Canada and Mexico first, because they would route it through those countries to avoid tariffs for the free trade. He hit Indonesia right off the bat for that same reason, to kind of tie up all the loose ends. So, it was very strategic the way he did it. And it's, our companies in this country haven't been treated fairly by these other countries, but yet they can put tariffs on our products at 200%, 300%. So if it opens up the global market for exports, that's really what we need, and especially for our farmers too. So.
However, don't think that if someone's telling you you're not going to pay for it, that's not true.
We're all paying for it.
Yeah, there's no way that these companies can just they're not going to be able to assume these extra costs. They're going to pass them on, whether they do it immediately or eventually. It's happening.
And honestly, they're putting a lot of stress on the truckers, who the rates are. We've been in a 3-year freight recession for trucking, and they're trying to offset a lot of costs by putting pressure on the truckers to lower rates. Rates have been an all-time low, and large trucking companies are going out of business every day. So, we just kind of got to get,
and that's your business.
It's our business, and it's.
And are I've heard from truckers who say the restrictions today on drivers are incredible compared to what it used to be.
Well, so we have electronic logs. So back in the old days when I was driving, we had paper logs. That was the honor system. You can make it look any way you want and keep driving. Now you can only drive for 11 hours and work for 14 hours. So if you're sitting at a place loading for 6-7 hours, that's taken away from your driving time.
Yeah.
14, being awake for 14 hours behind the wheel of a big truck, that's a long time.
You're
tired.
Yep.
So, some of the restrictions are good. It's hard to get your license now. You got to have 300 hours of training from a certified training school. And our local driver training school is no longer in business. So now it's going to be even more harder for, kids to go out and get their license. Listen, we need, not everybody's college material.
Right.
Back in the day, I went to Herkimer for one semester for communications and radio and TV, and
it was a great program.
Mr. Sokoloff,
Yeah.
and the problem was I didn't really show up like I should have.
Yeah.
But
because they wanted you to take courses like electronics and all these courses, it didn't make sense. Yeah, that's how I felt.
So I got into trucking, and it's a great career, and you can make good money. You don't have $200,000 in college debt. But it's a hard living. It's not easy, especially if you have a family.
Do they have governors on the on the trucks now?
Most trucks are governed between 65 and 72 miles an hour.
Okay, so when you're on the thruway and you're seeing two trucks that are, what's happened is they're getting the most out of both of those trucks.
And no one wants to cut their cruise control off to let the other one go.
That's right.
You got 6 miles of two trucks going 68 and the other one going 68.5.
Okay, so that's why that's said. There's not some big conspiracy where they're trying to block you and prevent you from going where you're going.
Truck drivers, the way the electronic logs work, feel they have to run every minute of their day.
Yeah.
Because they make money by the miles they put in.
How do you stay awake?
It's hard.
What are the tricks?
Caffeine.
Yeah.
Lots of
the 5
lots of
hours.
Red Bull.
Those 5 hours work really well.
Yeah.
Because I get it. I do a lot of driving, and I'm not doing the driving that you're talking about, but I do. You're driving 4, 5, 6 hours, and you're feeling it, and you gotta stay awake. And so somebody will say, "Well, those things aren't necessarily healthy." Well, what's not healthy is driving your vehicle off the bridge.
Yeah, and that,
or into another car. That's not healthy.
Yeah, no, it's a tough. When I was on the road, if I was tired, I would go off and sleep for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's not worth risking your life to. I don't care about the truck. You can replace a truck.
Yeah,
you can't replace a person.
Yep. And God forbid you take out somebody else. That's a big truck.
Yeah. And drivers have to live with. It's happened where people have hit big trucks just for suicide, and the driver has to live with that. Seeing that, and, it's tough. So it's a good living, but it's hard. And but without trucks, America stops. If all the truck drivers parked today, within 3 days, there wouldn't be anything.
There would be no stuff wouldn't be coming into your stores. I do have to say that there are some crazy people out on the highway, and I'm not talking about truckers. There are just some, and they have to deal with these people that are racing in and out, and God forbid you see some stuff. You're just waiting for an accident to happen because it's pretty close. You see some really close calls.
We have cameras in our trucks, and I can't sleep at night looking at those things.
Yeah.
And, we're right on the edge numerous times a day of accidents because of the way people drive. And it's just, it keeps me up at night.
Yeah,
knowing that,
I'll bet. Yeah, I'll bet. Looking for a cool new ride and a payment that fits your budget? GPO Federal Credit Union's summer auto loan rate drop is heating things up right now. Now through August 31st. Enjoy rates on 2022 and 2026 models as low as 4.74% APR for up to 5 years with checking and direct deposit. Whether you're road tripping through the Adirondacks or just upgrading your daily drive, you can save more and stress less with GPO by your side. Apply at gpofcu.com or stop by your local GPO branch. GPO Federal Credit Union, your journey, their commitment. Membership eligibility is required. Credit restrictions apply. Loan rates are determined by overall credit history and are subject to change without notice. 0.25% rate discount is subject to checking account with direct deposit. Existing GPO loans cannot be refinanced. Promotional offer is valid now through August 31st. See the branch for full details. 7:29, update on news coming up. Then we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day coming right up at WIBX.
I'm Dr. Andrew Rosansky. When I joined Dr. Schulman 11 years ago, I joined the team and added my name to the business, and I have kept the tradition of the best family dentistry. Today, I am continuing the quality service people have come to expect with the name change, Rosansky Family Dentistry. We are accepting new patients. I'm looking forward to seeing you and your family.
Rosansky Family Dentistry, the same quality service with a new name. 1 Paris Road, New Hartford, and online at uticasmiles.com.
Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know this business can be backbreaking. All the more reason to partner with someone who has your back, like Clinton Tractor and Ferris Commercial Mowers. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it, with patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more work done in comfort so you can feel good tomorrow. Visit Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible third trial of Caitlin Conley and the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the record sealed in Conley's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Conley was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, second degree, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was posted to social media asking everyone to avoid swimming at Sylvan Beach through Sunday. The blooms are seasonal. However, village leaders say this is the worst bloom they've seen in more than a decade. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
We will be dominated more by high pressure and dry weather than anything else, and the 90-degree weather will be returning. A few clouds otherwise clear this morning. May still be a little haze or smoke in the air today. It's getting better, though, 85, and a great weekend coming up. The pool, area lakes in the North Country, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, we have clouds, and 66 degrees is where we currently stand. And our man Davey, who is the gatekeeper on Hobica's money, you're looking at a $250 prize.
If I'm the gatekeeper, you wouldn't be changing the amounts all the time on me.
You're only seeing this confidence about this because Steve Spurbeck just said that.
And Davey, you can tell him you wouldn't be over budget if you stick with Davies.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm the gatekeeper, like you said, but you change up all the time.
Well, am I changing it today? I am not.
You never know. You might change it last second, say $275.
$250, and you're looking
saying,
for.
how about $280?
You're looking for caller number what this morning?
Caller number 7.
7th caller right now. Your chance to win from Hobica in WIBX right now. 315-736-0186 at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Lisa, owner of Fit Body Boot Camp in Clinton and Whitesboro. I couldn't be prouder of our amazing members. Take a listen.
My name is Kim Shackler, and I'm from Deansboro, New York. What brought me to Clinton Fit Body Boot Camp was there was an email that went out asking people to put in for a free membership. I was very, very excited. As soon as I walked through those doors, those coaches were just absolutely amazing. Greeted you right away, explained what you were going to be doing, how everything was going to be run there. I have loved it ever since, and I go 6 days a week. I have met so many wonderful, beautiful people that have become my very closest friends, ages all the way into their 20s and all the way up into their 60s and 70s. Age doesn't matter. Those bonds that you make there at this gym is absolutely beautiful, and the coaches are all there for you.
If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. The time is now to live your best life at Fit Body Boot Camp.
Which room is next for you? The bedroom? Your kitchen? The living room? Hi, this is Kira Meelan from Meelan's Carpet One. What's holding back that next home project? Is it budget? We have flooring choices for any budget and financing options available. Maybe it's inspiration. If so, come and talk to our experienced design team. We're here to help you get unstuck. Maybe you're putting off redoing a room because you're worried about spills and accidents. Whether it's a pet in training or a growing family, we have flooring solutions that can withstand anything life has to throw at it. We have incredibly durable tile options and 100% water-resistant carpeting that's both beautiful and practical. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Meelan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
This is Keeler in the morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right, it's time for Hawaika's free money question of the day, and this morning it's worth $250. Amanda is in Utica, ready to take a shot. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm also doing well, thank you.
Okay, all right. That's all that matters. That's a good start. Good start to the day. This comes from the Hobeika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobeika. The Hobeika Law Firm, HOBIKA, 315-724-1600 for all of your legal needs. All right, Amanda, you know the way this works. We give you 7 seconds to come up with an answer. You got to get it in before the 7 seconds. You can't pick a bunch of answers, but you need just one. And are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. This one has nothing to do with the news. This is not a topical question. It's
Great.
just pulled out of the stupid grab bag of stupid questions. Here it is. In 1942, Frank Vlasic started the Vlasic Pickle Company. Frank Vlasic was an immigrant from what country that has ties to modern-day Utica? Ready, go.
Poland?
That's a good guess. Is he Polish? Frank Vlasic was Bosnian. That's a good one.
I would not have known that.
A little bit. And Croatia, Bosnia, that part of at the time Austria, Hungary, and now I believe they're all on their own after the terrible war. And many of those people are from here now. So the Bosnians, you can thank them for the Vlasic pickles. Pretty cool.
I sure will. I work with a lot of them.
All right, listen, we're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card. Good at the Odd, at Nexus, Taylor and the Cook, Aquavino. We were there last night, as a matter of fact. Babes, stand by. Davey's going to hook you up, okay?
Yep, thanks
All
so
right,
much.
Thank you, Amanda. Okay, Steve Spurback, you're a big judge of the questions. That was a good question.
That was a good one. See the things you can learn by listening to Keeler in the morning.
Learn. And it's funny because that was one of the countries that we traveled to while we were on vacation the last 2 weeks. And that country in the 90s was, that whole region in the 90s, which was Yugoslavia, was just brutalized. But you know what happened on that trip? They began to make fun of me because I once owned a Yugo. Even the people from there were like, that was the worst car in the history of the world. Nobody in their right mind would have bought one. And then I was the idiot who raised my hand and said, well, I did. I had one.
Well, with today's tariffs, that would have been a pretty expensive car.
It would have been, yeah. Then it was $39.95, brand new. Okay, in studio is Bill and Jen Gagnon. And did I say that incorrectly?
Yeah,
okay.
Jen Gagnon from Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Yeah.
And Pat Keeley from Ancient Order of the Hibernians.
Oh, I should have gone by your card as opposed to what's on my sheet. Okay, so we're going to start over. Pat, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
You got to be really tight on these microphones, otherwise I can't hear you.
Is that better?
That's better. And then Jen, you are with Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Yes.
Tight on the mic. And okay, you were giving me the look when I talked about that question. What was on your mind? What were you thinking? When I said the Bosnian, can I think of the Frank Vlasic?
Oh, because I'm full-blooded Polish.
Oh, you're Polish.
Yeah.
And did you think that Frank Vlasic was Polish?
I was just agreeing with her.
Yeah. Okay. When you were looking at me, I'm like, okay, did I just say something wrong? Because
I was going to guess Germany.
I would have guessed Germany as well. I mean, I don't guess anything because I have the answer right in front of me. That's the beauty. I feel so smart. Okay, so I'm going to let you, Steve, handle the introductions here, as you're the guy that really brought Sleep in Heavenly Peace to us. This is the most amazing organization that makes beds for kids who chances are sleeping on the floor, don't have a bed. It happens a lot more than we think.
Yeah, so
sadly,
Sleep in Heavenly Peace started back in August of 2021. Jen was part of the original meeting we had at City Hall with her husband, Bill, and we have a core team, many of which are still with the organization today. We started with modest beginnings in the back of Sangertown Square Mall in a little 300 square foot shop that was cheap for us to rent, and to where we are today inside Maida Tiffany in a 5,600 square foot shop. And to date, they delivered 2,550 beds since those beginnings.
Wow.
About 400 to 500 beds a year.
So there is a, and I'm going to start with you on this, Jen, because I know you've been involved since the beginning as well. But you think about, okay, families can't afford beds, but it's more complex than that. The one thing that you see a lot of is maybe you have a broken home where there's divorce, and the kid spends most of the time with mom, but then goes and spends time at dad's house where there's no bed.
Right.
It can be something as simple as that, right?
Right.
You see it all, I'm assuming.
Right, we do. We see a lot of broken homes. We see kids living with grandparents. We see kids, all kinds of situations.
Yeah. Sleeping on couches, sleeping in chairs,
sleeping on couches, sleeping
floor.
on air mattresses, sleeping on piles of clothes.
Yeah.
All kinds. I mean, I could go on and on.
And then when you deliver the bed, it is an amazing feeling, I'm assuming.
It's a rewarding feeling.
Yeah.
I've left houses crying. I think my first delivery, I cried all the way home.
Wow. And I already know that Steve, who is very emotional.
Yes, he cries.
Yes.
He cries.
Yes. So, and then Steve, explain how Pat becomes involved here.
So Sleep in Heavenly Peace is about community. It's community helping community. And we can't do this without organizations, people, donations stepping up to help us out. Standard Insulating this year has really stepped up.
Yeah.
And has donated the money for the builds every month to help us, so Jen and their team can just worry about building the beds. So the Ancient Order of the Hibernians is doing a fundraiser to benefit Sleep in Heavenly Peace. So we'll let Pat explain what that is. And
all right, Pat, good morning.
Thank you for having me. We do this fundraiser every fall. Halfway to St. Patrick's Day, we do a Best Guinness Pour in Central New York. And we have bartenders come from all over the area and compete to see who pours the best Guinness.
It is a different pour.
It is definitely a different pour,
Yep.
There's definitely some criteria.
Yeah.
So, it's just getting bigger and better every year, and we're donating all the proceeds this year to Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We try to pick a different local charity every year, and we do other fundraisers as well throughout the year, but this one we give to local charity.
And this is one of those organizations, Jen, where it's not top heavy with administrative fees.
No, not at all.
At all. And all the money goes right to creating these beds. That's really, really important.
Correct.
So,
yep.
And Steve, I mean, you actually were out of town when you discovered this, right?
Yeah, so I was golfing in a golf tournament for the Trucking Association of New York in Buffalo, and they were the benefactors of it. I was lucky enough I won the 50-50, so I donated it back and started talking to the chapter president out there, and I'm like, geez, I looked it up. There's chapters in Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Auburn, and Albany. Just skip Utica. I'm like, I had a feeling there was a need for it.
Yeah.
Never realizing what it would grow into and the need that there really is in our community. And we cover a huge area, all of Oneida County and the lower half of Herkimer County. We have a huge area to cover. And it's not just a city problem. We do just as many beds in rural communities as we do in the city.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You're trying to show the kids that there's people that care. That beds are made from scratch, and that when you go do a delivery, these kids just want to hold on to you, and it's like Christmas for them. It's the best thing they ever had, and
it's their own bed. Can you imagine that being a thing? Just something most of us took for granted, right? So Pat, we appreciate that. Who, by the way, last year had the best pour? The best Guinness.
It was
pour?
Carter Klumbach from the 5 Points Pub.
Okay, all right. And how
he gets
do
a lot
you?
Of practice there.
I know with a can, with a can, if you're pouring from a can, that's a completely different thing. You turn the can right upside down and it goes. But what about from a tap?
Well, I'm not a bartender.
Okay, so
I know how it's supposed to look. I know how it's supposed to taste.
Yes, that is important.
There are definite criteria. You're supposed to let it settle. It's 2 different pours in one, and
I don't know, Pat. I got to say, when Pat got a hold of me, I have to tell this. Pat got a hold of me. It was a random phone call, and I said, "What is this all about? I've never heard of it."
Yeah.
We met up at 5 Points, and I said, I never knew that Guinness had a quote-unquote pour.
Right. Special pour.
A special pour.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve, you know me. You pour me a beer, I drink it, and that's it.
That's right.
So they showed me at 5 Points what it is to pour a Guinness.
Yeah.
I now have a newfound respect for Guinness.
For Guinness, yeah. Yeah.
It is an art.
A complex beer.
It is an art. Yeah. It is, I have respect.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I'm full-blooded Polish.
Listen,
so.
I got to tell you, I think I feel like the United Nations here today because we brought Bosnia in, Croatia, Poland, Ireland. I mean, this is just one melting pot here today.
Yes.
And you have the Polish representation, have a great respect now for the Irish. There we go.
I do.
There we are.
So, Pat, what are the dates of the upcoming pours?
We just had one on Tuesday the 5th at Knuckleheads. That went unbelievable. It was so great. We had a great time. We have another one this coming Tuesday the 12th at the Black River Ale House out in Rome, 6 o'clock. And we have a third one at the Celtic Harp on the 19th, also a Tuesday at 5 o'clock. This is where the bartenders come to compete. We're still looking for bartenders. If there's any bartenders listening.
Have you tried Griffo? Griffo is bringing around the 2 Irish interns.
Yes.
And I wonder if they could pour a Guinness.
They won't be here.
Oh, they won't be here.
Unfortunately,
they're going to be heading back.
They're going back Monday.
All right, so you've already looked into that.
But we are still looking for bartenders. If there's any bartenders listening,
all right,
go to our website and
what a great
register.
way to raise money.
Have a couple of drinks.
You get a couple of drinks. You can't beat it. So
put some kids in beds.
Oh yeah,
put kids in beds.
It is a lot of fun. The finals are September 16th. That's also a Tuesday. That's at the pub.
Okay,
that's where all the qualifying bartenders come together, and then we really.
That's when you really get
figure out where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we'll have you back on to promote that event.
That'd be awesome,
and we'll glad to do it. And then obviously, whatever you guys need is Sleep in Heavenly Peace. So
absolutely.
All right, we'll break but a great thank you for the donation, and think about organizations like Sleep in Heavenly Peace when you're making your donations because it goes and has a direct impact on this community.
All money here stays here locally. So
everything.
It goes right back in, and then with standard insulating match, it's really going a lot further this year to really build those beds. And
pretty awesome.
And if you want to sign up for a delivery team or a community builds, check out their Facebook page or shpbeds.org.
Okay.
And sign up to volunteer.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick break, WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Celebrating 100 years.
Hey, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. It's Seattle's best, and there you'll find the pistachio lattes, muffins, pistachio iced coffee, and they have the 32-ounce, this is massive, the 32-ounce double X iced coffee. And, of course, the drive-thru is lightning fast. Additionally, you are able to to get any of the donuts, all made there fresh every day. Bagels, their croissants are incredible. And, of course, there's the egg white frittata made with egg white, spinach, tomato, and feta cheese breakfast sandwich. You can have it on a bagel, English muffin, or the croissant. It's Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. And if you're looking for things to do in Herkimer County, there's a website to go to, herkimercountyny.gov/events. It's a website that simply talks about, it really doesn't talk, it lists event after event after event that are going on in Herkimer County. Next week, it's the Herkimer County Fair, believe it or not. We're already there. You can explore everything from Herkimer diamonds to Herkimer cheese. Take a boat tour up the canal over near Waterfront Grill at the historic Erie Canal. There's food truck season is underway. Mondays in Herkimer, the Downtown Chowdown. Wednesdays, the Alien Food Truck Frenzy. On Fridays, Heel Path Brewery in Frankfort. And there's so much more going on. Check it out at the website, herkimercountyny.gov/events. herkimercountyny.gov/events.
Which room is next for you? The bedroom? Your kitchen? The living room? Hi, this is Keeler from Mealan's Carpet One. What's holding back that next home project? Is it budget? We have flooring choices for any budget and financing options available. Maybe it's inspiration. If so, come and talk to our experienced design team. We're here to help you get unstuck. Maybe you're putting off redoing a room because you're worried about spills and accidents. Whether it's a pet in training or a growing family, we have flooring solutions that can withstand anything life has to throw at it. We have incredibly durable tile options and 100% water-resistant carpeting that's both beautiful and practical. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Mealan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
Hi, I'm Lisa, owner of Fit Body Boot Camp in Clinton and Whitesboro. I couldn't be prouder of our amazing members. Take a listen.
My name is Kim Shackler, and I'm from Deansboro, New York. What brought me to Clinton Fit Body Boot Camp was there was an email that went out asking people to put in for a free membership. I was very, very excited. As soon as I walked through those doors, those coaches were just absolutely amazing. Greeted you right away, explained what you were going to be doing, how everything was going to be run there. I have loved it ever since, and I go 6 days a week. I have met so many wonderful, beautiful people that have become my very closest friends. Ages all the way into their 20s and all the way up into their 60s and 70s. Age doesn't matter. Those bonds that you make there at this gym is absolutely beautiful, and the coaches are all there for you.
If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. The time is now to live your best life at Fit Body Boot Camp.
When it comes to the ones we love, their comfort and dignity matter most. That is why Hospice and Palliative Care is here for you. When you want your loved ones' wishes to be honored, when you want them to be comfortable, safe, and secure, and when you want them to be wherever they call home, Hospice and Palliative Care is the right choice. Our team of professional doctors, nurses, social workers, and bereavement counselors are dedicated to providing compassionate care every step of the way. At Hospice, your loved one is not alone, and neither are you. We are just a phone call away, ready to support you through this journey. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison County for the comfort and dignity your loved ones deserve. For more information, visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call us today at 315-735-6484. Hospice and Palliative Care, Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties.
When you need us most.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Portions of the program brought to you by LeadSafeUtica.com. Call 315-724-4197 for details. Kids 1 and 2 are need to be tested for lead. It can really harm a child's development, brain, nervous system, speech, hearing, learning, and behavior. Talk to your doctor or healthcare provider for details. Go to leadsafeutica.com or call 315-724-4197. Up to $30,000 per household in HUD lead hazard reduction funding is available. And they also have grants for removing mold, moisture, asthma triggers, and improving air quality and energy efficiency. If you have a home in the city of Utica built before 1978, whether you're the owner, you're the tenant, the landlord, it doesn't matter. There's help available. Call today at 315-724-4197 or visit the website leadsafeutica.com. leadsafeutica.com is the website. Steve Spurbeck is in studio this morning with ERL Intermodal. Steve is, hold on, I'm responding to Greeley Ford is making his way in studio this morning. Tony Pacenti next hour. We'll get to that also. I have a few messages for you, Steve Spurbeck.
Uh-oh.
This is Bill Morehouse. If Steve keeps saying that the trucking job is hard, he'll never ever hire any of these young people because they don't want to work hard anymore.
Well, I want to weed them out before they come.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. What else do I have?
Trucking is the best job you can have. The trucks almost drive themselves these days. So
it's. What about these long on the road trucks that have that like a bed in the back?
That's what our trucks have.
They do.
Yep.
So you when you say you pull over and you take a nap, you don't have to go in somewhere to take a nap. You go right in the back of your own.
We have microwaves, refrigerators,
wow,
TVs in there if you want. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. It's a little house on wheels.
Little house on wheels. Let's see. Mike this morning. Go to the Guinness Pour. Help kids get in beds. Have a couple Guinnesses. It'll help you get into bed, too.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
But just Uber home.
Make sure you Uber home. You're absolutely right. Mike also says preseason football is what I call a kiss your sister event. Yeah, listen, we're going to be watching. It'll be interesting to see what this Giants quarterback has to this rookie has to offer, Davey. But you realize that chances are they're going to be trying a lot harder than the Bills are going to be trying tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because they're going to be playing their first offense, and the Bills are
Yeah.
playing their second and third string.
Now, I will say the second and third string is going to be trying to become first string. So it's not saying that those Buffalo Bills players who are playing aren't going to be trying hard.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot more inspiration if you're on that Giants offense because you're getting a feel for what it's going to be like for the first time with this new quarterback.
Yeah, Jackson Dart, and the game is in Buffalo. I know a couple people that are going down to watch the game. So, have fun.
Have fun. Enjoy it. Before you know it, it'll be opening weekend. Hard to believe, but once you get to August, the summer just kind of flies. News is next on WIBX. We'll talk to County Executive Anthony Pacenti as well next hour, and Greeley Ford coming in as well. WIBX Utica Rome.
Hamas is calling it a war crime. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Israel's new plan to escalate the war by taking over Gaza City. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more of Hamas's reaction.
Calling Israel's decision a reckless mentality that disregards the lives of prisoners. The statement goes on to say, quote, "We hold the American administration fully responsible for the occupation's crimes due to its political cover and direct military support."
Here's the U.S. ambassador to Israel's reaction.
It's absurd that they would even suggest that they're the good guys.
Mike Huckabee tells Fox this morning.
These are the people that raped women in front of their families, that beheaded babies and put them in ovens, that mutilated the bodies of their victims, even as the family members watched.
Referencing the 2023 Hamas terror attack that triggered the war, Israel's security cabinet approved the plan to take over Gaza City while also delivering more food for Palestinians. To dismantle Hamas and try to free the remaining hostages, 20 still believed to be alive, but some hostage families protest the plan in Israel, fearing they'll be killed. This is deadline day. President Trump set for Russia to agree to a ceasefire in Ukraine or face new economic sanctions, but could that be delayed as he plans to meet with leader Vladimir Putin?
We can report that the two sides are tentatively looking at the end of next week for a Trump-Putin summit.
The location is still up in the air, and Rome is still in the mix, but also Hungary, Switzerland, and the UAE are being considered.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. The U.S. keeps trying to take down Venezuela's leader, putting a $50 million reward for info leading to Nicolas Maduro's arrest. Here's Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Maduro uses foreign terrorist organizations like TDA, Sinaloa, and Cartel of the Suns to bring deadly drugs and violence into our country.
Democratic state lawmakers who fled Texas to block a redistricting are being told to come home today or face possible arrest. Attorney General Ken Paxton tells Fox.
Well, if they are not there today, we are going to file a motion to remove some of these legislators from office.
America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Two Pennsylvania state troopers are recovering from serious injuries the morning after they were ambushed near Thompson, north of Philadelphia.
State police say the two troopers, Joseph Parachinsky and William Jenkins, are in hospitals and stable after responding to the domestic call. Colonel Christopher Parrish said they believe the shooter, Carmine Fano, to be responsible for the death of a neighbor outside her home.
Lori Wasco was shot and killed in front of that residence in the general vicinity of her vehicle.
After Fano wounded the troopers, negotiations to disarm Fano failed. According to Colonel Parrish,
he continued to be a threat, and he was shot by members of the Special Emergency Response Team. He is deceased.
The investigation continues into what led to the neighbors' initial confrontation. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Well, this is day 8 of the manhunt in Montana for a suspected quadruple murderer. Michael Brown, an Army veteran, is accused of shooting 4 people to death in a bar in Anaconda a week ago. Days after the Trump administration announced a plan to build a new detention facility for illegal immigrants waiting deportation in Indiana called the Speedway Slammer. A judge puts limits on what's been nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz in Florida that Democrats criticize as an internment camp caging people.
District Court Judge Kathleen Williams ruled no additional infrastructure construction can take place at the site for the next 14 days. That ruling also includes paving around the facility. The judge's ruling followed a suit filed by environmental groups and a local Native American tribe, which claims that the facility, which is in the Florida Everglades, threatens the wetlands and environmental restoration in that area. However, the facility will still hold illegal migrant detainees while the environmental issue is resolved. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
On Wall Street, Dow futures up more than 100 points the day after the Dow dropped more than 200, but the NASDAQ rose to a record high. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible third trial of Caitlin Conley and the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the records sealed in Conley's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Conley was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home, a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, second degree, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. A Saratoga County woman is facing charges after authorities say she used an electric fly swatter, or a bug zapper, to injure another individual during a domestic altercation earlier in the week. It happened in Half Moon in Saratoga County on Monday, shortly before 9 p.m., according to police. 35-year-old Jennifer Garland of Half Moon was taken into custody at the scene. A woman is facing charges in connection with a 2-year-old's death in Oswego County. 23-year-old Kaylee Seaman is accused of driving with marijuana in her system back on July 9th when she lost control of the van, causing it to hit a tree and flip. A 19-year-old and 2-year-old taken to the hospital. The 2-year-old was pronounced dead. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was posted to social media asking everyone to avoid swimming at Sylvan Beach through Sunday. The blooms are seasonal. However, village leaders say this is the worst bloom they've seen in more than a decade. In sports, it's the Giants versus the Buffalo Bills tomorrow in preseason NFL. Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart is looking forward to his first game as a professional. Dart said Thursday that he's not scared of making mistakes in the Giants preseason opener against the Bills. It'll be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. from Orchard Park. And the Jets open the preseason tomorrow night as well. They'll be visiting Green Bay, the Packers at Lambeau Field. The Yankees begin a 6-game homestand tonight. They're coming off a victory. They're hosting the Houston Astros at Yankee Stadium. And the Mets in need of turning things around. New York is visiting the Brewers for the opener of a 3-game series tonight in Milwaukee. Right-hander Kodai Senga is scheduled to get the start for the Mets. They are looking to snap their 4-game losing streak. The Red Bulls continued League's Cup play yesterday by topping FC's Juarez 5-3 on penalties in Harrison. And the NASCAR Cup Series field will test their steering as the drivers make a stop at Kirby Watkins Glen International on Sunday. The Go Bowling at the Glen contest marks the third to last race in the regular season. William Byron is hoping to build on his Iowa Com 350 win last week as he sits first in the standings. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell round out the top 5. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
We will be dominated more by high pressure and dry weather than anything else, and the 90-degree weather will be returning. A few clouds otherwise clear this morning. May still be a little haze or smoke in the air today. It's getting better, though, 85, and a great weekend coming up. The pool, area lakes in the North Country, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Okay. Currently, we're at 67 degrees, partly cloudy skies. A little bit of sunshine. It's going to be a nice day, and as Ray says, a nice weekend. As Davey comes running in, we have breaking news.
So, just got off the phone with County Exec Tony Pacenti. He's going to be here. He's on his way in, but he wanted to tell me to pass along the DMV is closed at Union Station because there's no power down there today.
Okay. So the DMV Union Station closed, no power. Train service is still running as normal and all of that, I would imagine. Yeah. Okay. And then how do I say this person's name? Is it? Oh, it's not there yet. So that we're not doing. Okay. All right. Thank you, Davey. Okay. When the county executive calls, Davey runs. We'll break and come right back. Steve Spurbeck is hanging with us here. Got a whole bunch more coming. Tony Pacenti in this morning. Also, Greeley Ford's going to stop in here this morning. Between you, out of town now, Greeley, out of town now, there are a lot of you that are enjoying the sunshine in the winter months.
So we had the southern, we're like the WIBX southern correspondents.
The southern correspondents. I love it. Quick break at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Lisa, owner of Fit Body Boot Camp in Clinton and Whitesboro. I couldn't be prouder of our amazing members. Take a listen.
My name is Savannah Malerba, and I'm from Westmoreland, New York. Results-wise, from my last set of measurements, I've lost about 15 pounds. I've lost about 17 inches between legs, waist, chest, all of the parts. I've also gained a lot of energy in my daily life. I'm a school teacher. I teach K-6 math intervention full-time, and I go from the beginning of my day at 5:15 in the morning all the way to 3 o'clock at the last bell and still have enough to keep going and jumping around my classroom like crazy all the time. So this has helped increase my mental endurance in every single way. I feel like I handle a lot of challenges in the gym.
That's why hospice and palliative care is here for you. When you want your loved one's wishes to be honored, when you want them to be comfortable, safe, and secure, and when you want them to be wherever they call home, hospice and palliative care is the right choice. Our team of professional doctors, nurses, social workers, and bereavement counselors are dedicated to providing compassionate care every step of the way. At hospice, your loved one is not alone, and neither are you. We are just a phone call away, ready to support you through this journey. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison County for the comfort and dignity your loved ones deserve. For more information, visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call us today at 315-735-6484. Hospice and Palliative Care, Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties.
When you need us most.
Hey, Central New York, I'm Gordon Deal, and whether you're listening to WIBX from Utica to Conesville, you want to know what's going on in our country. The news is moving so fast these days, it can feel like it's hard to catch up, and that, my friend, is what my show is all about. Every Sunday at 7 a.m., listen to This Weekend with me, Gordon Deal, a show that goes beyond the headlines and brings you a lively blend of intelligent information, trending topics, and humor with stories from the U.S. and around the world. Catch This Weekend with Gordon Deal, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Keeler in the Morning invites you to connect with us through telephonic communication at 315-736-0186. Or use the Call Us button on the WIBX 950 app. For additional contact methodologies, please refer to WIBX950.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, a couple things I want to promote here this morning, and I like Steve. Listen, you come in, you have guests ready to go. We're going to get to that coming up in a second, and I want to talk about this event that's happening, and I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce any of this correctly, so I'm just going to run with it. On the line is Danny. Danny is it Danny Weaver, Davey, I believe? Hi, Danny. Good morning. Do I say your name right? Danny Weaver?
Hi. Yeah, it's actually Danny.
Danny.
But close enough.
Yeah, I knew I was going to screw that up. Okay.
Listen, everyone does. It's totally fine.
Danny Weaver, and
Yes.
you are promoting the Freya?
So Freya, she's actually a Norse goddess, so you are allowed to say it wrong.
Okay. Freya Fest Psychic Fair.
Yes.
And it is back to Central New York and coming up. When is it happening? And give us the details.
Sure. So it's happening this weekend, the 9th and 10th, and it's from 10 to 4 both days. It's actually located in Remsen. I know it's wicked far away for most people, but it's really not. It's only 20 minutes from Utica and Rome. Yeah. We have over 80 vendors, including all different types of psychic and tarot readers, practitioners, all different kinds of stuff. We have everything from crystals, crochet, candles, jewelry. I mean, anything you could think of. Do your Christmas shopping here.
Wow.
We also are welcoming back 16 Stone Brewery and Rhodes End Orchard for wine. This is the first year we've had wine, so I'm very excited about it. We also have 2 full days of live music put together by our good friend Ashley Dakar. So it's going to be just an amazing event. Come stay for the day. Just a very kind of chill vibe situation.
All right, and it's are you a psychic? What are you, or just an organizer?
I am just a person that has a little crystal shop in Remsen.
Okay.
Who's very, very interested in this stuff.
Well, I think you're an entrepreneur, and you see profit when you see it. You know profit when you see it. And I'm not talking about a profit. I'm talking about profit. Because I got to tell you, this stuff is huge.
Yes.
It
really is.
Really big.
I feel like after COVID, really people started nosediving into it, and I was one of those people.
Yeah.
And the good thing about my situation is out here in Remsen, we have a lot of space, and I'm like, I know there's got to be other people like me that are really needing this, that just need something that's going to bring positivity, it's going to bring the community together. And we just created it, and it started bigger than I expected, and it's just literally grown ever since. We've got some great community supporters. The vendors are absolutely amazing. We couldn't do it without them. And this is a family-run show. It's really just me and my sister and my poor husband who has to deal with doing the lawn. It's just a little group of us putting this thing together, but we do it because it brings everyone together. It's such a positive day, and it's so much fun.
So it's on your property in Remsen.
It is. So
Yep.
so I own the old Fuller farmhouse in Remsen on Fuller Road. He was a war hero, and people just love to come see it. It's a really cool building. It's made out of limestone. It's got an absolutely gorgeous view. Everything is outside. You got this beautiful breeze. I mean, it's supposed to be hot this weekend, but no rain, thank God.
Yeah, you're looking really good weather-wise.
For having me on.
All right, have a great day and good luck this weekend.
You too.
All
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm not a believer in that stuff personally. However, it is big. And that's where they mentioned crystals. You know the number of people, and not just here, but in Europe, that use Herkimer diamonds for spiritual healing powers, all this stuff. It's and you know you're dealing with these things that are 500 million years old, and sometimes you'll find a Herkimer diamond that has a little pocket of water inside. Wow. That water is like very old. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, in studio now, I do want to talk to Fred Sherman. He is the Vice President of Believe 271. And Fred, good morning.
Good morning.
So I didn't realize this, but the work that you guys have done. So Believe 271, let's start with, tell us about the organization, what you do, and then I want to get into what you have done.
Okay. So Believe 271 was organized in 2014 to help volunteer firefighters in Ladies Auxiliary and United and Herkimer counties who have developed life-threatening illnesses such as cancer.
Happens more often than people realize.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And here's the part about what you've done. Not only have you helped people here, but Steve was telling us that you actually, the work that and I guess probably the publicity you've given this has led to changes by fire companies all around the country and probably beyond this country.
Oh, definitely. So years ago, heart attacks was the leading cause of firefighter deaths. That has changed now and is now cancer. And there is more and more investigations going on to all of the things that are causing it now when studies going on.
Yeah. So I'm told that it used to be you'd go fight a fire, you'd get done, they'd come back to the firehouse, you'd hang up your gear, and then the next time there's a fire, you put that gear right back on. That's changed today because it's now been learned that you're really putting all of those toxins right back onto your body. Those fire suits need to be cleaned.
Exactly. And this is one of the things we also do besides assist the firefighters. We promote, education like this because it's very important now. And like you say, you're putting that stuff right back in your body.
Yeah. Steve, you want to lead anything here?
So back before, my other life, I was a volunteer firefighter for 20 years. I was fire chief in Frankfort Hill for 6 of those years. And the work that Fred and Brian McQueen especially, every weekend he's out speaking at a national volunteer fire council summers, but he's really spearheaded a lot of change in the industry, a lot of education and a lot of policy change to make it better. We used to put hoods on that would just, could have been in 3 or 4 different fires full of plastics and stuff, so now everything gets washed and processed the right way. A lot of, because of the work this local foundation has done, as well as supporting so many firefighters that have are fighting serious illnesses, and that that when you're fighting cancer, if you have a little bit of a reprieve, financially, it's hard. And, they've actually, other foundations have popped up that have copied what they have done to try to support in other counties. So it's really been a great foundation. They've given out almost $500,000 to date to the local volunteers. So it's really had a amazing impact in the area.
Fred, do you have an event that's coming up? Do you have a fundraiser that's happening?
Yes, we just had the recent golf tournament.
Yep.
And I want to thank Steve for supporting us in that event. The next one we have coming up is going to be the Pink Tie Gala, October 18th at Hartsville Inn. This event sells out every year. Last year we had 377 people attend this, and it is a nice night out for the husbands and wives to get together and just have a good evening.
Yeah.
We bring everybody up to speed what we've done through the year, and it is a fundraiser for us also.
All right. Well, listen, what you guys do is incredibly important. What firefighters do, and whether you're a paid firefighter or a volunteer, I do think 9/11 brought a lot of attention to the toxins that you're dealing with in these fires. And if you're fighting a lot of fires, you're just, it's getting on your skin. You're breathing that in. That is a problem. And it sounds like what you guys are doing are actually making it safer for firefighters out there. Yes. And also, there's not a lot of being a volunteer firefighter is a pretty amazing thing, right? You're just giving up your time.
Exactly.
And people should. Hopefully, and I think we do, we really appreciate that. Yeah. So, all right, Believe 271. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
We'll break and come back here at WIBX.
Mattress Express's summer sale is on. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin, starting at just $4.99. Beautiful select therapeutic mattresses. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. And all month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is having a summer sale event on select floor pieces. Stop in and check out their hot summer buys all month long through Labor Day weekend. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or their private label flippable mattress line. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally free of charge, or you can pick it up from their showroom. So stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today for their summer sales event and save big on select floor pieces, and take what you love home today and save even more in their clearance room with many new markdowns and price to sell items. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible third trial of Caitlin Connolly in the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the record sealed in Connolly's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Connolly was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, second degree, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was posted to social media asking everyone to avoid swimming at Sylvan Beach through Sunday. The blooms are seasonal. However, village leaders say this is the worst bloom they've seen in more than a decade. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
We will be dominated more by high pressure and dry weather than anything else, and the 90-degree weather will be returning. A few clouds otherwise clear this morning. May still be a little haze or smoke in the air today. It's getting better, though, 85, and a great weekend coming up. The pool, area lakes in the North Country, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, clouds and 68 degrees. Coming up, we'll speak with the county executive, Anthony Pacini, and a special guest who made his way in here this morning, Greeley Ford, coming up here at WIBX.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. With more than a dozen languages to choose, Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks.
We set a goal for 15 minutes per day.
That's all we needed.
And Italy was just...
Bellissima.
That means beautiful.
In Italian.
From interactive lessons led by experts to conversation tips on real-life topics, Babbel's revolutionary teaching style keeps language in your head and easy to remember. Celebrating 15 million subscriptions sold. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Are your windows old and tired? Hard to put up and down? Builder's grade windows just aren't made to last very long. Patriot Home Solutions is a different kind of window company. No games or gimmicks, no long drawn-out sales presentations, just high-quality, custom-fit windows at reasonable prices made right here in New York. And right now, you can get up to $2,000 off new windows from Patriot and NYSERDA, plus 0% interest for 18 months. Most homeowners qualify for the savings, and income is not one of the requirements. So write this number down, 315-401-0440. That's 401-0440. Patriot Home Solutions will tell you right over the phone if you qualify. Don't miss your chance to save up to $2,000 on new windows. Funds are limited, so call before they run out. Learn more at callpatriothomesolutions.com. That's callpatriothomesolutions.com.
In life, we're often faced with difficult decisions. When it comes to caring for our loved one, the choice can be overwhelming. But amidst the uncertainties, there's one decision that stands out as an act of profound love and gratitude: choosing hospice care. Hospice care isn't just about medical support. It's about honoring the journey of those who've given their all to their families. It's about providing comfort, dignity, and peace in their final days, surrounded by loved ones. Choosing hospice is a way to give back to someone who has selflessly given their life to others. At Hospice and Palliative Care, we understand the weight of this choice. Our compassionate team is here to guide you through every step of the journey, providing personalized care that respects the individuality and dignity of your loved one. When it's time to say goodbye, choose hospice care. Choose love. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties. Visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call 315-735-6484.
When you need us most. 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, a Friday morning here, and in studio is County Executive Anthony Pacenti. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Greeley Ford, who's made his way up. Greeley, I know you know a microphone, but these are very unique.
How do these things work? What do you got to do here?
They're brutal.
All right.
They're so unidirectional. You got to be so on it that it is. It's difficult.
I'll do my best.
I wanted to start with. Actually, I had somebody this morning criticizing, and this should make the farmers happy. I'd love to read the actual quote. What is, and I don't even know that I've really been talking about anything. This may be coming from, I don't know, the other day or the 5 o'clock hour. But is it Deeds or somebody here on YouTube complaining? I'm listening to to IBX, and it sounds like they've all of a sudden become a farm station, which, by the way, is really has been a major part of IBX's 100-year history.
It's a compliment.
Is agriculture.
It is.
That's a compliment. Sure. I feel like I'm listening to a Lowville radio station. What's going on with you guys? Every time I turn around, you're talking about farming. Well, it's a big deal right now.
Well, you know, I said it time and time again. We talk about agriculture being the number one industry in the state, really in the county. And when you use that, everybody says, well, but there's other jobs and numbers, and that's true. But when you compile the amount of farms in that context, and you know, that's when the industry peaks up. So, I mean, we're over 300 plus farms, over 200 of those are dairy farms, so of varying sizes. And I always say, look, we're still a rural county in whatever way, shape, or form you want to look at it. Obviously, yes, Utica, Rome, the cities, but
we had
we're a rural county.
Friend of one of my kids come to town and spend a few days here from New Jersey, and could not believe it just kept saying, I can't believe there's so much green.
The amount of land.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
And to be honest with you, I complain about that sometimes. It's like, I look out, everything is green. We need some colors. And then it turns white and gray, and so we're green, white, and gray, it seems.
But the fall is nice.
The fall is nice. Very pretty in the fall. Nonetheless, I couldn't believe how many farms. And we've lost a lot of those those farms.
We have.
But on the other hand, a lot of the farms have become what used to be mom and pop is now you're dealing with some very large producing farms.
There are, and there are still, there are still the smaller ones, but even the smaller ones are good size when you look at them, in context with, in other areas. So, that it is what it is, and what we are producing, in terms of those farms, and we talk a lot about dairy because of Chobani and all the other pieces that are around, but go to I mean, right down the road, you got Candela's and others that have so many farms and of corn and tomatoes.
And by the way, what she's doing and
peppers and everything else
at Rome Labs, or I'm sorry, at Mohawk Valley Edge, shows that farming is very scientific these days.
It is.
And
it is.
She's parlayed that into a very important
doing
job.
a round table next week with dairy farmers and other agricultural people. So.
I don't know what the complaint is, but it is what it is. Hello to the people in Lowville, by the way, this morning.
What's wrong with Lowville?
What's wrong? Listen, this signal goes straight up to Lowville. It's very strong to the north.
It does.
And then your ag plan, which I think is now more important than ever.
It is, and it's interesting. That was being produced. Again before prior to the Chobani announcement, but with different things in mind, and it really outlines the plan for the next 5 years to look at ways in which we can enhance the overall agricultural piece. And the other thing with Chobani, one of the things I said the other day in another discussion is it's not just about dairy. They're going to be using fruits and vegetables and different things in all of their products that are there. So that's where agriculture, again, getting those fresh products here and in the region, the strawberries, the blueberries, all the apples, all the other pieces of all the other fruits and things that they use in their in their production. I mean, that's another whole aspect of expanding the whole agricultural scope. So there's a lot there just with that one entity, but then with everybody else, with the public markets, with all the other things we're doing, it just really expands.
And you're talking about all of these potential jobs that are coming as a result of this, but just think of the construction jobs that are going to be here as we prepare. It's pretty big. And then down the road, not too far, they're going to be dealing with Micron, and that's already underway. So there is a feeling, and I think it's pretty accurate, a feeling that and I was talking about this the other day, that 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps back doesn't seem to be, we seem to be ahead of it all of a sudden.
I think we are. I think clearly, what we have, outlined, and the work that we've done in kind of laying the path for this has bode well for us, and that's why, we're not looking backwards and we're not taking any step backwards. I think the only thing that's hampering us a little bit is the state of New York at times in terms of what they require us to do on the county side, and that impacts what we can spend in other areas.
I didn't mention the United Nation, the Turning Stone, and they
just had a record second quarter of revenue for us and for the state, which blew away everything else that they've been doing. It just expanded on Point Place. The Crescent is really coming together. I talked to them yesterday. They're ahead of schedule and below budget. It's pretty remarkable.
I cannot believe how quickly that's going up. If you haven't been there in a while and you drive by there, it's shocking.
I'm going to go by there today.
Yeah, it's incredible. So, as long as we're talking, we mentioned Micron. I'd like to stick with obviously Danfoss and Wolfspeed. Danfoss is definitely a negative, but we'd asked you about this. We're hearing rumors it's closing. It's like saying, I'm going to make the prediction that in the next week, the next 7 days, the Colorado Rockies are going to lose most of their games. It's kind of an obvious prediction, but I really don't know, so I can't say it's true.
You could say that about the Yankees and the Mets.
These days.
It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. It's a tough month for both.
It's not feeling good right now.
Not pretty.
But there was no, until Danfoss said we're shuttering or closing, however they worded it. But Wolfspeed is a different story.
It is.
We had Mohawk Valley Edge in this week and Wolfspeed to talk about, to emphasize the fact that they're not done here. There's a lot. They still feel they can succeed here.
No, and that was the discussion all along. They never really gave us any indication or signs of worry on that site to say that, we're kind of, it wasn't even, you get the sense, and having done this for a while, when people are trying to set you up for, for the bad news. They were never in that and had never been in that stage with us. And clearly, the other thing that they did when they were looking at this was, putting together a plan to restructure. And like I said, when that happened, that doesn't mean closure.
Right.
That means, trying to, cut the losses on the other end, and they have, and they know that this is the most productive plant. So, and it has been. So, that's where the investment's going, and the continuation, and also, diversifying and, not just putting all their eggs in the EV basket, the electric vehicle basket that was happening. So they need to adjust to that too.
Well,
Danfoss, is another one that really just had, one customer in the EV side, and the guy next to me, really in business is life, and know that you can't survive on that.
No, not these days.
Not these days. No. And so that really, as the EV business went down, that or tanked or whatever happened.
They shifted.
Yeah, probably.
Well, talk about
that's what happened there.
What is interesting though is if you go to which I just came back from Europe, they're still moving strong on electric vehicles.
And they are. No, and they're not dead. They're just
right. And I do think it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. But I just think that we pushed it. And Greeley, you can talk about it. What you see in Florida, you still see a lot of electrics. Hybrids are probably a better option right now than anything else.
Yeah, I would think so. You know what I notice, Steve, you notice this too when you're at traffic lights in Florida, which are just pretty poorly designed. Their traffic control system where there's like a couple hundred cars sitting at an intersection.
Everybody's their life just sitting at a stoplight.
And everybody's looking at each other, right? Nobody's moving. But if you're walking past the intersection, you hear all the cars turn off and start back up again.
Yeah.
It's like deafening.
It's really,
yeah,
it's crazy. And let's not remember, Steve is sitting here.
Yes.
And this whole mandate by the state to make tractor trailers and buses and big rigs, Mack trucks was just it was pie in the sky.
That's not dead yet.
And it's not dead.
So there was a clean truck summit 2 weeks ago that I attended in Syracuse, and the state is still pushing ahead. There's a little reprieve for 2 years,
right?
But the state is still pushing with those mandates, and they still pushing they're going to be their policy. Although the federal government has kind of taken the teeth out of all that, so taking the enforcement away.
What about the school bus thing? Electric school bus, is that still on the table?
That's not gone yet.
It hasn't gone away. No, as far as I know. No, it still is.
And you know, I have some knowledge in that with my father-in-law, and he is one of the ones that's prepping schools and saying, listen, they're not done. They're still going to mandate this. But the problem is, how do you charge them? How do we handle it? And with the terrain up here,
details.
It's crazy.
Not just the terrain, the weather changes, and all these buses are outside.
Yeah.
I remember
when I
first
first
heard about this.
to put them.
Yeah, I heard about this, and Buffalo had that big snowstorm like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the whole city didn't have power for days. Then what?
Yeah.
So then you bring the diesel generators out so you can charge the electric school buses.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
All right. Nonetheless, with all of that, you feel Wolfspeed is committed. They obviously want to make it work.
I'm
let's hope it does.
Let's hope it does. Yeah. And I mean, there's over 500 people there, so I mean, you have a very strong workforce and
good paying jobs.
Good paying jobs and a good community partner too. I mean, they haven't checked out in any way, shape, or form, and I don't expect them to.
Big announcement this week on Special Olympics.
Yeah, last week. I mean, we partnered up with the Special Olympics with Utica University to host them for the next 3 years, starting in 2026, and really exciting. I think it's we have a lot of athletes right here in the Mohawk Valley and Oneida County that participate, but it's a great event, and I think it'll really it's another showcase event for us, and it excites volunteers, and so we'll be doing a lot more with that over the next year and planning for it next June.
Anything else? Obviously, things are moving forward with Chobani. There are a lot of logistics that I think that from getting them what they need, getting the land prepped, I assume, and housing.
The land. I mean, the focus right now is getting the utilities and other pieces into that site. Those contracts have been awarded and work is beginning. And I expect steel. I've been talking to their attorney and their team yesterday. I expect steel in September, October to start building the plant. So it's going to be moving quickly.
It'll be done before Micron has a shovel in the ground.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll still need chips by then.
Yeah, I hope. Although Micron is, I believe they've hired their construction company, and I think they're beginning getting that underway. Believe it or not.
Bill Bain's a construction management company.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, which will benefit. It's great that it's going there for them, but it really is a positive for this area.
It is.
There'll be work.
It is, and look, everything that we do, it complements the other, and the same as what happened. And Ryan has always said, I've said it before as well. He said they don't get Micron if we don't get Wolfspeed, because
They're complementary.
That changes the dynamics of what can be done. Housing is going to be the challenge for us. I mean, on the Chobani side, on the Micron side, it's on all of our programs.
Well, pyramid
projects.
There's another mall they're in trouble with. I mean, there is a real struggle there. Yeah. And I mean, why couldn't that be housing? And you see those developments in Florida that are just pools and bars and restaurants, and people live there.
The old malls are kind of tanked. You walk in, there's just mall walkers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outlets like Tanger outlets.
Tanger outlets.
And Tanger, however you pronounce it. I'm from upper state New York.
I call them my wife's outlets.
Yes. She seems to own them.
Can't drive by them. I swear to God. And by the way, there was an outlet, J. Crew, that just opened up in New Hartford that had a ton of people at it. So.
But Tony, you're talking about housing. What a problem to have, right?
No, it is.
You take that every day. Won't you?
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Absolutely.
So stand by a quick break, and I want to bring in Greeley and talk a little music, which I think is apropos with Greeley in studio. Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle is a tremendous value, and right now, Steve Pani Mazda, their Move to Mazda sales event continues. With pre-owned vehicles as well. They offer a 160-point inspection, balance of a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And if you need a lower price, just say to Rick, I need a lower price. And as he always says, let's make your deal on a Mazda. Whether it's a brand new Mazda with awesome interest rates or a Mazda pre-owned Mazda, certified from the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction, Steve Pani Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Head to Saratoga Racecourse this Friday for a vintage red and white commemorative pennant, free with paid admission while supplies last. Sunday, don't miss the inaugural Corgi Cup, as dozens of Corgis compete on the main track. The Saratoga Summer Meet continues through Labor Day, featuring premier racing, exciting events, and more giveaways, including Saratoga tote bags and quarter zips. For schedule and tickets, visit nyra.com.
At the Naimi Auto Group, we believe in honest pricing, quality car care, and a team that treats you with respect, no matter what you drive. In Hamilton, we know what really matters. Family, friends, and trucks that don't know the word quit. At Den Kelly Chevy GMC, we've been your neighbor for years. Same store, new story. New or used, Chevy or GMC, we deliver strength backed by genuine integrity, heartfelt compassion, and a work ethic that stood the test of time. Den Kelly Chevy GMC, Man Naimi GMC, Naimi's new generation cars. 3 hometown stores, one name you can trust.
In life, we're often faced with difficult decisions. When it comes to caring for our loved one, the choice can be overwhelming. But amidst the uncertainties, there's one decision that stands out as an act of profound love and gratitude: choosing hospice care. Hospice care isn't just about medical support. It's about honoring the journey of those who've given their all to their families. It's about providing comfort, dignity, and peace in their final days, surrounded by loved ones. Choosing hospice is a way to give back to someone who has selflessly given their life to others. At Hospice and Palliative Care, we understand the weight of this choice. Our compassionate team is here to guide you through every step of the journey, providing personalized care that respects the individuality and dignity of your loved one. When it's time to say goodbye, choose hospice care. Choose love. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties. Visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call 315-735-6484.
When you need us most,
Hey, River Hills Properties continues to tackle the real estate, the homes that are selling, the homes that are being purchased here in central New York and upstate New York and the Adirondacks. It's River Hills Properties. They have offices in Barneveld, Little Falls, Utica, Copenhagen, now in Newport, and coming soon to the city of Rome. It's River Hills. And, of course, if you'd like to become one of those Greeley Ford snowbirds, they offer opportunities in Florida, now open on the Gulf Coast of Florida and Sarasota, handling Sarasota and Naples, Marco Island, but committed to right here. Bill and Robin Monjo started this several years ago with service in mind, services that are not provided normally in this area, and now it's become the standard, or as they call it, the white glove standard. It's all about the service. Call River Hills Properties today at 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
All right, Steve Spurbeck has been our guest host through the morning from ERL Intermodal, and Steve has given us a lot of insight in on the still 15 jobs available for truck drivers here in the area. Yeah. You have those jobs open.
We have those jobs open. We're looking to fill them, and go to give us a call at the office, 315-735-9870, and we'll start the process.
County Executive Anthony Piceni in studio, and also Greeley Ford, who's up for a few days. Greeley, good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Good. And if I could, we were talking about, and I thought you weren't in town, but you were. Yeah. Talking about the Billy Joel documentary. It's a two-part.
Yes.
Called
And So It Goes.
So It Goes. Tony, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I've
it's there.
Saving it for next week.
It's a commitment, Tony.
I know it is.
It is, because
that's why I got to be.
I think it's there's two parts, but I think they're probably close to 90 minutes.
Yeah, they are.
It's really good though.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I feel. Have you seen it?
We watched the whole thing. We started watching the first part of it, and Candace goes, "How long is this thing?" You know, because it just goes through every nuance of his life.
We had to break it up. So,
yeah,
so we did
like 2-hour segments or something.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely get a different. I don't want to say what, but I got a different impression of him from watching that. And you know what kind of broke my heart was when he canned Liberty DeVito.
Okay, so I haven't gotten to that part yet.
It broke Liberty's heart too. You can tell when he's talking about it.
I did not get to that part yet. Is that in part 2?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know, you already know how the story ends.
I guess I didn't know that. I guess I did not know.
Yeah, he isn't in the band. He hasn't been in the band for years. They had a big falling out. And I've been in a million bands. I know how that goes. That happens sometimes, and it hurts because you're brothers.
Did you know that, Tony? Yeah, I had no idea.
But Liberty's up here all the time now because of Kelly Yako. He brings him, Steve Smith, Bernard Purdy. Kelly has a vein with all these top-notch, world-famous drummers.
And they're working with kids.
And they're working with his kids. It's pretty awesome.
It is. I feel so bad now because I was at the part where George Martin came in and said, you got to get rid of the band. And Billy Joel was like, it's me with the band or no me.
Yes.
So I'm like, he's completely loyal.
He was.
Until he wasn't.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes. But who was the producer that he had? Phil
Ramone.
Phil Ramone and Phil Spector.
Phil Ramone.
But what was really great was, did you watch the recording of Just the Way You Are? That part where he tells Liberty, goes, I want you to do something like.
He completely did it, yeah.
You know?
And then Liberty
sounds like a bass player. I'm sorry. That's how we talk.
Yeah.
But, and he did it. So you listen to that iconic part, and that's freaking Liberty DeVito right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And and it was true. The reason he said they stuck with the band. I'm gonna hate the second part then. I'm going to hate this section.
Well, I hate to tell you how it turns out, but he lives, okay?
He does live.
Yeah,
he
does
does.
live.
Well, I hear there's a brain disorder, though. Something's stopping the tour.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
It's called age.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. And hard to hit those high notes, too.
He's still doing pretty good, though.
And, how many times did he sell out Madison Square Garden?
He was, it was a house gig for him.
Yeah.
I was there.
It was 100 shows.
100 shows, yes.
I was there for a Knicks game when I was in New York City every other week, and one night, and they had a big flag up on how many times he'd done it. And at that time, this is several years ago, it was like 89 straight nights of selling out. Something like that.
We saw it once there,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, you know what, we're going to go on the last one.
Yep.
Until I saw the ticket prices.
And you said we're good.
Yeah, I think we really did a good job the one time we went.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go again.
All right.
So I guess I didn't realize that Liberty part. But what he's doing with kids, I know the Alexander kid on
Yes.
keyboard. I mean, just to be able for these kids to be able to play with that caliber.
And it's not just Kelly, but he gets all the other local musicians to do like the Christmas CD for House of Good Shepherd.
That was awesome.
I may have just shamed him into doing it again this year. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
It is.
But he's done that for several years and raised a lot of money for them. So Kelly's a good guy.
And then, Greeley, as you're watching from afar, and I know you pay very much attention to what's going on up here.
I do.
It does seem, don't you feel it does seem like things have a different feel to them when, you're hearing about Chobani and all the other things that are happening here. It does feel different than any of our other when we thought we were having a resurgence. This one does feel that way as just a citizen.
Well, it feels like upstate New York is, coming back.
Yeah.
All of the great work that Tony and his crew have done, and not just Tony, Senator Griffo, Marianne Buttonshawn,
Yep.
all of them.
Yeah.
Mayor Galimi, our sax player, I like to say,
Yeah.
and our Billy
Yeah.
Joel group, by the way.
Yes.
So it's
He almost went on stage without his shirt at the Boilermaker.
That would have made TV.
And I said, I think we can get you a shirt. I know we can get you a
Get
shirt.
your shirt, dude. But no, it's just great stuff to hear and read about. I still subscribe to the Sentinel every day and read that just to kind of keep an idea of what's going on. And I'll screenshot some stories and send it to Candace and go, you got to see this.
Yeah.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you got to see this.
Well, it keeps us going,
Yes.
right?
It does.
It keeps us going.
It's all good
gentlemen.
stuff.
More coming.
Steve Spurbeck, thank you. And here's a man who does really good things for this community.
He does.
Even when he's not living here. So thank you, Steve, for coming in. Hey, enjoy the weekend. There's a lot to do. We have news coming up next. Oh, it's not gonna automated hit for me, the automation. I have to do it myself. WIBX Utica Rome, it's 9 o'clock.
They might meet at the end of next week. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin working to finalize a time and place. As the president keeps trying to stop the war in Ukraine, its leader would not be part of these talks.
Meantime, today is the deadline for Putin to agree to peace negotiations or face those sweeping sanctions, including secondary sanctions on countries doing business with Russia, which would be a big deal for Russian oil buyers like China and India. President Trump has not indicated whether he'll move the deadline amid efforts to arrange this summit.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. Israel's security cabinet's approved a plan to escalate the war against Hamas by taking over Gaza City, which Hamas calls a war crime. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee tells Fox that's absurd.
They cannot let this continue to go on. We saw the videos last weekend of hostages. You want to talk about starvation and hunger? The hostages are starving.
It's believed Hamas still has 20 hostages that are still alive. Some of their families are protesting the new Israeli plan for Gaza, fearing hostage deaths. Dozens of Democratic lawmakers who left Texas to block a vote on congressional redistricting that could give the GOP 5 more House seats are being warned to return or else.
They show up today, we're all happy, we can get our business done, and everybody's good. If they do not show up, we will be in an Illinois courtroom.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton tells Fox the Democrats could be jailed and they may try to remove him from office. Democrats say they've broken no laws blocking a vote. Another wildfire is burning in California. It grew fast and it's out of control.
Within that hour and a half, we have flames all over up here in the mountains.
More than 2,000 people under evacuation orders around the LA and Ventura County line, about 4,800 acres have burned. They just arrested a suspected gunman in Ohio after a manhunt all morning. He was wanted for shooting and wounding 2 police officers in East Cleveland last night. They're in stable condition. So are 2 Pennsylvania state troopers the day after they were ambushed and wounded near Thompson, north of Philadelphia, responding to a deadly shooting. The gunman was killed in a standoff with police. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. The debate over a possible third trial of Caitlin Conley and the alleged poisoning death of chiropractor Mary Yoder, a case that's seen plenty of national interest, took a unique twist in court yesterday. District Attorney Todd Carville is asking Judge Bernadette Clark to recuse herself from the case. Carville also stated that keeping the record sealed in Conley's case is preventing his office from presenting a case to the grand jury. Carville offered signed affidavits yesterday from former DA Scott McNamara and County Executive Chief of Staff Kevin Revere, who said they heard Judge Clark at a Christmas party in December, saying she felt Conley was innocent. Judge Clark denies any bias. A decision is coming soon. Firefighters battled a house fire on Charlotte Street in Oriskany Thursday afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. 2 adults and a teenager have been displaced. They're receiving services from the Red Cross. The home, a total loss. Officials are investigating a fatal car crash on Lake Road in Oneida. The accident closed the road between Route 46 and Canal Road for a time yesterday. Police say 2 people died in the crash. Names will be released following notification of next of kin. Police in Rome have arrested a Rome man on several charges, which resulted in the seizure of guns, drugs, and cash on Wednesday. Police arrested 41-year-old Labriel T. Sumter of Rome on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance, second degree, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Sylvan Beach is closed to swimmers this weekend. Village officials say algae blooms have taken over some of the lake water. A warning was